Hi, my name is Cam.
And my name's Katie, and we're here to sell you on the idea of Save the Cycle, a community program for the Springfield Public High Schools focused on improving the health and wellness of the young female athlete population, one sports team at a time. For the purpose of this presentation, the terms female and woman will be used, although this applies specifically to individuals with menstrual cycles rather than gender identity. And we'll switch. Great.
We are called Save the Cycle because we are focusing on educating high school students, coaches, and parents on the female athlete triad, recognition and prevention. Female athlete triad refers to the damage done by overexercising and underfueling the body, resulting in decreased energy levels, decreased bone mineral density, and menstrual dysfunction. This affects from 16 to 78% of high school age women, often accompanied by disordered eating, struggles with mental health, and up to 60% of female high school, college, and elite athletes have one component of the triad. Unfortunately, these topics are often considered taboo in society, meaning people do not receive adequate education on how to recognize the signs of the female athlete triad and are unable to receive the support and treatment they require. Many young women I knew in high school thought it was normal to lose their period for months at a time. But what we know now is that it may be somewhat common in young female athletes, but common is not synonymous with normal.
So, why are we the right people to take on this project? Well, we've both been athletes in our life and have personally seen the toll disordered eating and overexercising can take on the body. We've lived it, our friends have lived it, and our loved ones have lived it. If left untreated, the unfortunate results can be as severe as osteoporotic fractures at a young age, progressed disordered eating, anxiety, and depression that continues to progress as young athletes transition from high school to college, with disordered eating ranging from 15 to 66% of female athletes, according to some studies.
We are about to graduate with our DPT degrees, meaning we have the knowledge and, more appropriately, the passion to take on this community project that we care deeply about. We are both Herman and Wallace pelvic floor level 1 certified and have each spent 10 weeks treating a variety of pelvic health conditions. We are able to appropriately screen female athlete triad in young women, along with other pelvic health concerns like urinary incontinence during sport, and help improve sports performance and offer education on injury prevention.
But it takes a village. So at the end of the day, physical therapy alone is not going to be the solution. At Save the Cycle, we work as a team of physical therapists, dietitians, and mental health counselors to provide education on the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of the triad, as well as complementary screening tests. We strive to empower young female athletes and their parents with this knowledge in order to prevent future complications and to improve athletic performance. This multidisciplinary approach to the female athlete triad has been widely supported in the literature, but why this specific team?
As far as our team of dietitians and mental health professionals, they are able to supplement this care because the female athlete triad is not just about the physical well being, but about the mental well being, both of which nutrition plays a large role in. The education on this topic would not be complete without this group of clinicians working together in the best interest for the young athletes. With this group, we can teach young athletes generally how to eat to fuel their bodies from a dietitian's lens, how to take care of their mental health from a counselor's lens, and how to take care of their physical body and improve their sports performance from a physical therapy lens.
Our model will look a little something like this. We're going to have a website and flyers with information on the community program on top of in-person marketing to the Springfield Public High School athletic directors and coaches to get them on board. From there, we're going to meet with every single women's sports teams in the high school for each season of athletics. And that means educating them on the role of physical therapy, dietitian, and counselors on the treatment of the triad. So about a 20-minute presentation from each of those respective groups on top of a 30-minute screening for the triad. So complementary screening. From there, we also want to have a Zoom meeting with the parents once per athletic season to discuss the why behind what we're doing, discuss the scope of pelvic PT in general, and to ensure they understand really all the services we offer. For example, recent research has shown that 1 out of every 2 young athletes experiences urinary incontinence at some point in their career, and they may feel embarrassed about bringing it up to parents and coaches. So, if we tell the students and the parents the scope of pelvic PT and the statistics, they'll feel hopefully less alone and more open to discuss these matters and seek treatment.
So our upfront costs will include money for flyers and website creation for marketing purposes and for take-home information. On top of that, we will need pelvic models to give a visual when presenting on pelvic health, as well as a portable bone scanner for brief female athlete triad screenings. We will also need a Zoom subscription for the meetings with parents and money for goodie bags for the athletes, including menstrual products, nutritional energy bars, and a journal to encapsulate the components of our multidisciplinary approach.
In terms of return on investment, this will include increased patient flow into the clinics and decreased healthcare costs from female athlete triad complications that went undiagnosed and untreated. This will hopefully prompt further conversation and education regarding various other pelvic floor dysfunction and impairments, which we can then treat as well. In terms of financial stability, the equipment will be paid for after this first initial investment, and from then on, the only investment needed will be the time of those of us on the team and a small amount of revenue to fund our goodie bags. Once we're established at the high school, which will be a free service, we will then be able to offer our services to our other local high schools and colleges for a fee per sports team. So once the word is out, we'll get that marketing going and we'll be able to have a revenue stream from other schools.
So, to wrap up, in the grand scheme of things, we are hoping to help young women improve their relationship with nutrition, athletics, and their bodies. We want to empower these young athletes to fuel for sports performance and reduce the risk of needless injuries and suffering from the female athlete triad. In the long run, this will decrease healthcare costs by improving health education and spread the word about the importance of pelvic health across the lifespan. And here are our citations. Thanks, everyone.